Ahava, blessings. Welcome to this video. For those that don't know me, welcome to this video. My name is Aurea. I am an ordained Magdalene priestess, a reiki master, energy and sound alchemist. And for those that do, welcome back. This video is about the full moon that is happening in Capricorn, and this full moon is a powerful moon. Cancer season, the lunar cycle that we are in that began at the last new moon, is a very powerful time. This is a season where there is, in Kabbalistic terms, there is very little, actually there is zero filter. It's not little, there is zero filter in terms of the light that is streaming in from the cosmos, the frequencies of creation. This is a time for us to be in our heart, be in gratitude, cultivate devotion. It's not a time for us to be worried about receiving. It's really about nurturing our vessel. When a vessel, your body, let's say, your human incarnation, is receiving a ton of light, but there's some trauma, there's some karma, there's some stuff that we're not willing to look at. What happens is the light, the pure light of creation that is streaming in, it creates distortions. It creates chaos. So during this time, we really want to be focused on devotion, on gratitude, on purification, on doing the inner work. We know that the crab is the symbol for Cancer. It is very tough on the outside, very soft and mushy on the inside. It moves side to side. It never goes in a straight line. Cancer is very much like that. A Cancer, myself being a Cancerian sun, we observe. We rarely will move forward with complete momentum. We will feel the energy, drift this way, drift that way, and really feel into where the currents are moving us. The other thing about Cancer is this is a time for very, very heightened intuition. I will say this about intuition because it's very, very important and it's coming up in my sphere of influence, and I really want to stress this. Intuition is feminine. It is something that we receive. However, there's a very big difference between your ego and what you think is intuition and true intuition. How can we tell the difference? We can tell the difference by actively choosing to not be in the ego. By being in devotion, by doing your inner work, you're able to tell when you are in your ego, when you are in judgment, in fear, in doubt, in anger, when you are moving from the space of your wounds. When you are in devotion, it allows you the space to actually be able to self-reflect on what is happening in your life, on why you are responding in the manner in which you are responding. That requires Capricorn, the polar opposite of Cancer. It requires structure. It requires the masculine energy. It requires discipline, because it takes discipline for us to actually be doing the practices and the inner work and the purification and the stuff that we need to do in order to be clear and strong vessels for what is being poured in. And this is where we can get in trouble, because if we are stuck on a pattern or on a limitation and we are unaware that we are behaving from the wound, that we are moving from the ego, this is where we experience chaos. This is where we have more combative relationships with people. This is where we get into more disagreements, more fights, and we think we are being the good one, but you can't be the good one if you are in your ego, because anything done from the space of ego is done for selfish purposes. It is done for gain. It is not done from the light, from the soul. This gets even more complicated because during this full moon, not only is the sun in Cancer, the moon is in Capricorn, creating the opposition, astrologically speaking, the balance of the polarity between the masculine and the feminine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, the inner, the outer, the emotional world, the physical world, the structure, and the intuitive emotional world. We are balancing and harmonizing those energies when we enter a full moon. This is why full moons give us immense illumination, because we are seeking divine union. We are seeking to unify and harmonize the polarities that are naturally present in our world. Why are they naturally present? They are naturally present because we have chosen to incarnate on a planet where duality is a part of human expression. And it is our job as soul incarnated in the body to express the highest level of our soul embodied through our actions. So we receive the infinite light of creation, the spark of the divine that we are. We embody it. And we, in essence, share it into the world from a purified, activated, cleansed space. And this is not saying one is good, that someone that is in the ego is bad. It's not about good or bad. It's about transcending duality. You cannot have clear intuition if you lack emotional clarity, if you lack wisdom and discernment, if you lack the ability to self-reflect and call yourself on your BS. You're not a clear vessel. And this is something that all healers and all mystics and all intuitives and all spiritual people need to keep in mind. There is no one that is exempt from this. And I'm getting kind of sick and tired of seeing people bypassing the inner work that it takes to be in integrity and to be in alignment. Capricorn is all about the business, all about the legacy, all about the structure, all about the discipline and the hard work and doing the things that you don't necessarily want to do in order to expand, in order to grow, in order to create, in order to embody mission. Mission in the Kabbalistic terms, in the tradition of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, they were Hebrew mystics. Mission was something that was given. It wasn't something you sought. It was something that was received. And you received it when you were not searching for it. You received it when you were deep in prayer, deep in devotion, deep in your purification. You received the wisdom to know what actions to take. This is what this moon is telling us. This moon is happening at 8 degrees. And let me get into the timing and everything. June 29th, Monday, 7:56 p.m. 8 degrees of Capricorn. 8 degrees is the het. 8 degrees is the life force, the breath. 8 degrees is infinity. We have the opportunity to receive infinite wisdom if we are willing to do the work. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that manifestation is only a series of actions. Manifestation, it's all about you. It's all about what you want. Manifestation doesn't really work like that. And this is why many people think that manifestation does not work. Because you're not doing the inner work from a space of purity. You're not manifesting from your higher self. You are manifesting from your lower world. Your lower world is the world that is ruled by your fears, your doubts, your ego, your limitations, your family trauma, all of it. That is the lower world. And nothing that is created with those seeds of division, because those are the seeds of division, lasts. True, lasting manifestation is in state of active co-creation with the divine. It is a state of being open, receptive, and working to have a clear and purified vessel in order to receive the light, in order to receive the wisdom, receive the mission. You cannot move in any concrete way if there is ego, if there is that desire to want to either virtue signal, look good. You want to basically put on airs that you have not done the work to merit. So you're trying to fit into the stereotypical roles that you think is what enlightenment looks like, ascension looks like, whatever. Pick your success, pick your adjective. This is a time for working on manifestation, but from a pure, grounded place. It is a time for grounded manifestation. It is a time to be willing to do the deep inner work, to be able to hold and share the light that you receive. It is a time to be in gratitude, be in grace, be in devotion. It is a time to call yourself on your bullshit, because Capricorn is the sea goat. Very, very deep intuition. But why does Capricorn have such deep intuition, even though it's an earth sign? Because Capricorn is a grounded energy. You cannot adequately share the wisdom and the channelings and the higher dimensional frequencies that you receive if you are not embodied. You can share it, but it's going to go above people's head. It's going to stay here in the brain. It's not going to be felt here in the heart. And it is in the heart that we create that unity, that inner union that allows us to transcend duality. It all begins and ends with the heart. And Cancer rules the wombs, the water of creation, and rules the heart, the chest. Cancer is a very deep and powerful energy. And this moon, Mercury is going stationing retrograde. And it's stationing retrograde at 25 degrees, while Jupiter is at 29 degrees of Cancer, the anaretic degree. This means that there is an expansion in the chaos that Mercury retrograde is going to bring. So we want to be as clear in our intention, in our words, impeccable with our emotions. We want to be doing the inner work so we're not bombarded by chaos. I know some people thrive, they think they thrive on chaos. And I used to be one of these people. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this. I used to wait until the last possible minute to complete an assignment because I thought that I thrived and I did my best at a heightened level of chaos. And this was a result of my traumatic upbringing. It was a result of a lot of childhood stuff where there was a lot of chaos in my environment. What I have grown into and how I have learned and expanded beyond that has allowed me to feel that I don't need to do that. Actually, I was shooting myself in the foot by waiting until the last minute. I was trying to be the hero by making sure that I completed it and still getting an A at the last minute, because look what I can do when I'm pushed to the limit. It wasn't about creating something of purity, of quality, of depth and substance. It was about proving that I can push myself beyond what normal people can push. You see how one is egoic, one is about me trying to prove that I am worthy, and the other is about me being grounded in my body, grounded in my heart, and sharing and creating, co-creating, because at this point, when it's not the ego, you're co-creating. Sharing and co-creating from a higher perspective. what I have managed to co-create in my life is far more valuable and of greater depth and substance because I stopped dicking around. I stopped putting myself in a place where I had to prove I was good enough in order to receive the accolades. Now, what I do, I already know I am worthy. I already know I am enough. I already know I don't have to do anything. It's not about the show. It's not about the dance. It's not about look at all this, look at all the followers, look at whatever. Who cares? It's about how what I am delivering can positively impact people. And I'm not saying that people aren't going to be pissed off by the things I say. I'm pretty sure I annoy lots of people because I have a tendency to speak my mind, and it always comes from a place that is very grounded in facts and in reality and in the world as I have experienced it. I do not try to tell you that you all out there should be doing exactly what I should be doing. I share, this is what I have done, this is what I have seen, this is what I have experienced and what the people around me have experienced when we do X, Y, and Z, and therefore here. This is something to look at. This is something to explore. This is something to experience. It's an offering. It's not a, this is what you must do or else. I don't do that nonsense. This is a powerful time to align with your mission and your purpose from a higher level, from a level that is calm, that is embodied, that is grounded, and that is, it's full of light because you're taking the time to disconnect and reframe and reorganize and reconfigure the old paradigms that would have made you behave and express in a chaotic way. This Mercury retrograde is in Cancer. It's going to get emotional. It's going to be messy. And there's nothing wrong with mess or chaos if you know how to work with it. There is something wrong when you experience this and you create it in your life again and again and again, and then you're like, I don't know why that happened. Come on, you know why that happened. We all know the things that we do that keep repeating, and yet we know we're doing the thing that we shouldn't be doing, but we want people to feel sorry for us. We want people to align with us, and many people do get aligned with because of this type of attitude, this lack of accountability, this lack of personal responsibility. This is not what spirituality is, and this is what this Capricorn energy is bringing. We must take personal responsibility and accountability for our bullshit. Wherever we are fucking up, wherever we are doing the most when we shouldn't be doing the most, we really need to rein ourselves in and stop acting a fool. Stop making a mess. Stop creating drama and chaos simply because you've been taught that is how you get attention. That is how you, feel important, feel worthy, feel alive. It's exhausting, and that's no longer what we're here to do. We're here to evolve beyond that. We're here to express from a place of wholeness, of completeness, of union. And in that spirit, I've been wondering what to share and what can be of the greatest benefit at this time. And I'm going to share a simple breath work because this moon is happening at 8 degrees, and 8 degrees has to do with the breath, the life force, the prana. Has to do with the 8 also is the het, which created Cancer. I'm going to share a meditation, a breath work, where we're going to do simple movements, and it's a meditation that aligns us with the Black Madonna energy and allows us to purify our field, but also purify our womb space. And if you want to hear more about the energies of this full moon, I do share a full podcast episode as well as a full sound activation for this moon, so that will be linked below. These are the mudras for this. Let me make sure that you can see before So first, we're putting our thumbs together, our pinkies together, but our middle fingers are spread out. So like that, in front of the heart. We inhale. Exhaling, putting our hands, palms facing down, elbows pointed upward in a V. Exhale. Inhaling, palms forward as if we're making an offering, thumbs away from the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, we're hooking our fingers together, palms down. Inhale, bringing the same mudra into the lower belly, into the womb. Exhaling, the backs of our hands are together. Our thumbs are kind of spread, so it's kind of, you're forming a little bit of a cup shape, but the cups are facing outwards to your sides, in front of your womb. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The breath allows us to connect to our infinity. This meditation allows us to connect to the cosmic womb, to the infinite void, the light, the infinite void of creation from which all of us and all of life emerges. It is a beautiful practice, and we're going to do it for a few minutes. I'm going to count us off, and I'm going to tell you how many times that we did at the end. It's only going to be a few minutes. I'm going to play the sound activation, the middle part of it, from the summer solstice activation. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Have your palms up, feeling this energy of purification. And we did the series of movements for 21 times. And 21 is a number of activation. It's a number of empowerment. It is 7 times 3. 7 is the number of initiation. 3 is a number of creativity. So it is a beautiful practice to do during this full moon, but also anytime this lunar cycle of Cancer Tammuz. It's a very interesting time. We're getting into very deep and powerful energies as we're going into July with the retrograde, with the full moon. So I really want to ask you to be on top of your health, your well-being, what you're consuming, whether it's food, whether it is water, whether it is social media, reading, whatever it is, because everything that you receive goes into your energy and physical bodies, your mind, your emotions. So we want to be as clear and as pristine as possible. We want to basically have emotional clarity, mental clarity, and all of that supports us in receiving the activations that we are here to deliver into the world. If you have any questions about this lunar cycle, do comment below, like, share, subscribe, and of course, don't forget to tune in to the podcast episodes that I will be releasing on Friday. This is a few days before the full moons, just to get you up to speed. And have a blessed full moon in Capricorn. Ahava. Blessing.